to date with all of the latest guides. They have guides made by 7K plus MMR players. It's an awesome premium service where you can pay about the cost of a Twitch sub, and you can really improve your Dota 2 skills. So check it out now. There's a link below the Twitch stream, and let us know if you like it. Sit tight, because we've got Game 2 underway here of DC versus Mama Boys. You guys are muted, don't talk. Coming to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back into the Captain Draft 3.0 tournament presented by Dota Cinema and Moonduck TV. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. It could be our last game of the day. We've had 3 great series so far this evening, and well, it's going to end on a high note with Mama's Boys versus Digital Chaos. Game number 2. Mama's Boys win. They're going to move on even further into the winner bracket. Digital Chaos, if they lose this one, they're going down to the losers bracket, so they're going to try to take this to a game number 3. Of course, I'm joined today by Slacks, Purge, and Zyori. Urge, how are you, my friend?
I'm pretty excited to see what kind of shitpost Slacks comes up with, and I'm excited to see if DC can have a better game than the last one. I thought that they play a little bit worse than they normally do, and I was very surprised about that. But Mama's Boys continue to be one of the standing forces for EU teams. Obviously, they're not a tier 1 team, but they still play extremely well, and some games they just have really good coordination. I think everybody on Mama's Boys last game just played excellent.
In these types of tournaments, they seem to be a tier 1 team. In elimination mode, as well as Captain's Draft, are doing pretty well. But yeah, honestly, Dota's just a secondary concern for me right now. I'm really more concerned about what Slacks is going to do, what shit he's going to say, and how he's going to say it. So that's going to be pretty exciting. So I could care. I mean, there's a Spirit Breaker, Shadow Shaman, Leader, Ember Spirit, and Dazzle in this game, but who cares? Honestly, really, it's Dota. Come on.
Any of these heroes do you think that'll get in?
I hope
Sunset was talking about Ricky a lot yesterday or 2 days ago, and I was like, "Oh, there'll never be a Ricky."
Today. There was a Ricky today.
I saw the game.
Okay.
I don't. It was a weird game though, so I don't know if that was a good example of a Ricky game. But
well, Draskell said that you and Draskell both hate that hero that he said, or somebody said it. I can't remember who said it, but you both think it's meh. Maybe you don't hate it, but you both think it's meh. How do you feel about that? Do you actually not like the hero, Ricky? That is.
I played him a lot yesterday, and I just was unsure. You know, like he has some very good strengths. He has some good damage, but I felt like you kind of have to get a diffusal blade, and then when you get to late game, you just start getting one shot and stuff.
I think that's fair. I feel like there's a lot of damage. I don't like his ultimate, but I'm sure we're not going to see Riki now. I'm sure it's only going to be because we have the Ember Spear picked for Mama's Boys, and the puck's already going to be going mid for them, I imagine. And then Digital Chaos will grab themselves Alina for Yuara. That's one of his favorite heroes to play. And then you have Morphling in the safe lane for Mason. Morphling's very strong in the right hands. If you get off to a slow start, the game gets hard. But if you get off to a fast start, you're going to get an early Lincoln Sphere. It's so hard to take him down with a Lincoln's. Plus, you just replicating out. However, one way to deal with that is the puck and Waning Rift. Waning Rift, very good against Morphling, so we'll see.
Alchemist. Pretty good, but it only lasts for like 3 seconds, so...
True. Yeah.
It won't be the end-all be-all solution to that, unfortunately. With Alchemist in the last pick here for DC, most likely going to go mid or anywhere the Ember Spirit is, ideally. Could be Morphling mid versus puck, be Lina mid. I guess they could aggro try as well, like Morphling, Shadow Shot, and Spirit wouldn't be awful. They could do like Elk safe lane or Lina safe lane against whoever the off lane is. There's a lot of options that Digital Chaos has here.
Digital Chaos, they've got a really interesting laning setup. They can push effectively with the Serpent Wards. They have really good team fight with Acid Spray, the Spirit Breaker coming in, and Alina obviously throwing all her spells. Dazzle, of course, and Visage. Going to be kind of interesting to see those dual sports. The Wraith King last pick coming out, and that's going to be... I wonder where they're going to land everybody up. Bamboo's playing the puck in the off lane, mid Ember Spirit, and then Wraith King played by Pycat in the safe lane. That looks to be the case. I like it.
I like Wraith King a lot. I think he works decently against Lina because you can't ulti him twice, obviously. Only downside is, of course, that Lina's stun is on a pretty low cooldown, and you can kite him a decent amount. But the amount of disables that DC has are decent, but not amazing. They have some very good stuns. Okay. I don't know if I like this anymore. I think support Elk is a little iffy against Wraith King, because if he scales higher, then he'll just 3-shot him late game.
Yeah.
Alchemist can stun him, I guess. That's a good thing. And the physical damage of minus armor is good against Ember, but it's going to be a pain against Puck. and not amazing versus Visage either, I feel. So, I don't know. Support Alchemist, man. I just don't see this as being useful. Maybe if it was AUI playing it and he got greedy out of it, I would feel some comfort in it. But I am just not so sure if 1537 can handle it as well as AUI would.
I agree with you. This is a hero that does do well with Grieval's Greed. Otherwise, like 2 years ago, back at MLG Columbus, this hero was great as a support. Puppy would pick it all the time. You could acid spray a medallion and you could throw your unstable concoction, which did a ton of physical damage because it is physical. You had all that armor reduction. It's just a really good hero. You'd even get force or blink sometimes, depending on the hero. Now, they nerfed the damage significantly to unstable concoction and acid spray together. Well, just like when you throw the unstable concoction.
Well, the most OP thing was that it was channeled while it was flying through the air basically before, so you could just channel for half the duration and get like 75% duration on it.
Yeah.
So you have to hold it very, very long to get that full damage. Although acid spray does reduce armor more than it did before, you can get a bit more value in terms of that nuke potential. I'm not quite sure that it'll be amazing.
Maybe we're gonna be surprised somehow that by the play of this Alchemist by 1437.
Yeah, it could. I haven't seen anybody try support Alchemist, but at the very least, he will eventually scale poorly. He'll be weak later in the game. But on the bright side, Mama's Boys have some heroes that can snowball, but they're not anything extremely aggressive. Ember Spirit obviously is pretty aggressive, and that one's maybe a little scary. I guess Wraith King can be as well. I don't know. We'll see. I think it might be really good for Captain's Draft, where the drafts aren't exactly ideal, but it might just fail. Who knows?
Wraith King is like the go-to hero in this mode, it feels like. He's been picked up a couple times already before today. I might be wrong about that, actually, but he's been picked up like 3 or 4 times today.
I think the reason is just because Wraith King has the ability to control a game if he gets ahead, because he has a stun. Stuns are so valuable, because your opponents can't react to it once it hits them. So I just think Wraith King gives you good right-click potential. He can itemize very differently. He has initiation power. He's good at team fighting. He covers a lot of bases. He's maybe not good at one thing much better than a lot of other heroes. But for games like Captain's Draft, I would agree. Like, he's definitely good in this mode.
Bambo almost got that rune top they were about to get to. Ethershock's going to go. AUI 2000 is absolutely destroying Bambo, who does not have his illusory orb. He'll try to tango and eat his way back up to decent HP. He can silence again, but he's already too far away. Shadow Shaman will walk back down. Just some trades going the way, but the aggro tri-lane coming up from Mama's Boys, this will leave Sexy Bambo in the solo safe lane, so he might not have the best time, especially if both AUI and the Morphling are up here. So they've dodged the lane. They'll send Mason up to the top lane, and this means that it's going to be Bulba going up against this tri-lane down bottom.
Well, he'll do his best to zone the puck, and I think he'll be able to do a good job. Bambo did go Waning Rift. It's a good ability to harass at level 1, but it doesn't help you if you're in a solo situation. You can't escape as easily. So AOI is just going to mess with this pull here. And, oh, it actually does get re-pulled. That's a bit weird. I'm surprised the aggro didn't stick to AOI, but I guess they got too close to Bambo. And the pull continues.
Slash, what is that? That is a serious... That's a serious damn stat, if I've ever seen one. What are you doing? Come on, man.
Yeah, that wasn't shitpost enough for sure.
If I could take away gold stars, I would take away 1 from you, okay? I guess. That's better. I just love the look on his face.
It's a joke from the first day, don't worry about that.
Yeah, I saw it. I was watching. Don't you sass me, Purge.
I just want to make sure that you're all about it, because apparently I missed all of my Gem TD talk.
I did. Well, that's good. See, I didn't want to hear about your Gem TD. I wanted to see the shitpost, and I saw all those stats. There's a Reddit compilation, of course, in case you didn't see it.
I like the way you roll, Mont.
Thanks, dude.
So Yaps are sneaking around here, going to try to harass the Morphling. The Morphling's kind of in an solo off-lane position right now, due to the fact that Shadow Shaman is shipped out of the lane. But his HP is a bit low here. He might have to go for a wave.
Well, his orb jumped through, but he's already used his morph, so he'll just morph to strength a little bit, and he's gonna have to maybe use that salve, and he will do so. And also use the tango as well, so he's only got 3 more tangos left. But I like the rotation coming out from Yapsor early on in this game. Say, okay, listen, we know the Morphling's top lane. Let's try to zone him out as effectively as possible. Blue lanes might work better, but meanwhile, Pyke's gonna get caught out. They really can't afford him to die at this point. Bashes did not come through, and suddenly this lane gets more dangerous, apparently, as Pycat.
That's fucking acid spray, dude. That's 1 skill point, and it's -4 armor. -4 armor. Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah, great stuff, Ice Frog, honestly. Oh,
that's like a medallion, dude, for 1 skill point.
And we've given a lot of crap to Ice Frog today. I'm joking, dude. Please don't hate me.
Watch our tournaments.
You know, now I thought I was being nice, but now you made me feel even worse.
If there's
about...
anything he'd watch, it'd be Captain's Draft, right? Keep it
right. I
interesting.
mean, it's fun. It's interesting. It's the new hip thing, if you will. I don't know, dude.
I don't know.
Okay, well. If you are watching out there, Ice Frog, what's up? I am a big fan of your work. You are an awesome person. Thank you for making this game. Satyr Banisher's Purge ability has a mana cost of 120.
Don't read that one.
Wow.
Pycat
Great
looking
stat.
to do some trading with Spirit Breaker here. Oh, 2 crits in a row? Pycat got so lucky. Although, with the level 1 on Mortal Strike, it's a 50% damage boost, so...
Not that much.
Mortal Strike, not the best crit. The best crit is actually Blade Dance on Jug. That one is like 15% chance to crit for 2 times.
Blade Dance, very good. Mortal Strike, not that good. All right, confirmed. Meanwhile, mid lane, what's happening here? We haven't really seen this mid lane matchup much yet. And War's doing pretty well for himself with 14 last hits. Hook is 12 and 4 denies. So he's doing all right. Top lane, they're going to try to get Mason out of the lane. Mason's sitting on 14 last hits. So suddenly, like, you look at these last hits, and they're doing pretty well for DC across the board. It's not bad for them.
Yeah, but the lanes are kind of weird right now, and they could go a lot of different ways. So it comes down to just what we expect is going to happen.
Oh, Fairy Fire. Searing Chains up in 4. They're going to chase AUI down. I don't think they can get either of these kills. Here comes the long-range Shackles coming in. The LSA will fly. Hook in trouble. Dragon Slave. First Blood going the way of Yawar, and the Soul Stitch will fly next as well. Almost getting the kill on the AUI fast, but he will be able to back away with 70 HP.
Almost got him.
Yeah, it was close.
Nobody suspects
God,
the level
wow.
2 Shackles at level 3 on Shadow Shaman.
That range was ridiculous, and obviously the damage helps out too, but dear lord.
Huge kill for them. That was First Blood and is on the enemy mid hero, so a lot of advantage going to DC in the mid lane.
Pycat will continue to farm bottom. The Acid Spray continues to tick up and actually annoy the hell out of him. God, that's ridiculous how much damage it's doing to Pycat, who's now sitting at 3-5, so that's not great. And he's got no regen except for his Vampiric Aura, so that's something else.
Yeah, Wraith King's armor is actually pretty low, so he can't deal with that very well. It's really frustrating. If you just get a little bit of mana source, ooh, you're wiring a lot of him. Misses his stun.
Searing Chains will go. Dragon Slave. He actually missed with the Searing Chains. Laguna Blade comes, and now Yapsor is the next target. I'll say he doesn't have the mana for it, but the right click will be more than enough, and Yawar will get a double kill, who is now owning this mid lane. He's on a killing spree, 893 gold as well. Dear lord.
That was completely worth it there. The Dire team even had awards, so they definitely saw that AOI was there. They just felt that they were going to kill Delina.
Bulba has a charge in Soxa, and he doesn't have Grave. He has no TP, and this is going to be more than likely a dead death. But here comes Pycat. Wraith Fire Blast, maybe not. They'll avoid the kill on Soxa. Now there's going to be the Unstable Concussion. Getting charged up. No more minus armor, but it still does a lot of damage. There's the Shadow Wave. Bulba getting kind of blown. There's another Wraith Fire Blast. Can he get this kill on the 1437? The slow comes through, and the last tick, and the Poison Touch will get the kill, but Bulba, he'll get that one, but Soxa will get the one on 1437. Bulba will try to find Soxa. Shadow Wave's ready to go. Bulba's trying to avoid it as best as possible. He's not even going to go for it. He's that scared of it. I don't blame him.
He could definitely just die right there. There was like 4 creeps there. If he went for the right click, he would have died. So nice move by Dazzle there to move to his creeps. Is the only way he lived that.
That's Pycat for a support Alchemist. I mean, you can take that trade all day if you're Digital Chaos. Meanwhile, top lane Mason pops the man, go up. There's the Grave Shield. He'll wait for him. Wait. Pycat was looking for a Wraith Fire Blast. Still might be able to catch him. He's not fast enough. Yeah, actually, wow, that's the longest range Wraith Fire Blast I've ever seen on the AUI contesting. They're going to turn this around. The Unstable Concoction, the Acid Spray gets put right down as it's flying through the air, and Alchemist will provide himself another kill, this time on the Visage.
It's working pretty good. These Alchemist buffs to the core Alch have, by proxy, kind of made support Alch a little bit better. You basically have an extra level of Acid Spray, making your early skill points more value. So if you're playing in a support role, it's not terrible. It's going to look good now for a while. Will work later, though.
Mason's gonna get caught out. They use the Soul Assumption. They can't bring him down. He's just using too much more strength. One more right click, the Wraith Fire Blast will be able to get the kill. The Shackles were not enough. Unstable Concoction might fly here from 1437. He does get it off in time, Yapsor, but here's the Dream Coil. He wants 1437, but he's got no backup, and now he has to get out as everyone's running in. Yawar's looking for maybe an LSA combo. He can't quite find it. He TP's up for nothing, and they lose Mason in the process. Still, that's only the second kill going Mama's Boy's way, so not the best start for them so far.
So some crazy fights going on, man. A lot of kills for DC, though. They did ultimately get the Morphling, but the Chain Disable and the Silence on him prevented him from using Waveform. Then he was committed to Morph, and then he was pretty much just dead. So, nice kill on him. DC maybe could have turned a little bit faster and killed the Puck, but overall the support's playing safe, and I think it worked out nicely for DC.
Right now,
a waste to TP the Lina though. That's gonna hurt her.
She just walks all the way back mid, and this will provide Hook at least a little bit of farm going his way. But still, he's having such a rough time. You can see top of the net worth is 3.4k for Yawar, and Hook is sitting at 2k. So 1,400 gold away from what the Lina has at this point, which is Arcanes, a Null Tally, a Bottle. She can even go Aethelins if she wants to disassemble those Arcanes. But pretty fantastic start for DC overall. Yes, Mason did go down, but he's not that far behind, if at all.
A lot of heroes in the safe lane. Oh, the ult on Puck. Oh, he's so dead.
Let's see what He already used Spaceship. He's got Dream Coil. He's going to get shackled up. Really good stun usage. They didn't overlap anything, and
the best play about that was that Bulba did his ulti first, because if he goes for charge and it gets phase shifted, his charge cooldown is wasted. So he uses his ulti and it gets phase shifted, then the ulti doesn't get used. And then after phase shift is over, Puck is pretty much screwed. He would have had to orb defensively and get out of range of the Nether Strike for that to work. But after you use Phase Shift, it was pretty much over. So really nice decision making from Bulba there to think about the ways that Puck would have died to that.
It's pretty cool to think about. That's one of few times where that long cast play on Nether Strike is actually really good and not a total like shit stick.
Yeah, definitely. For a hero that has a dodge like that, it's great.
Yeah.
Well, that'll provide them the kill. They'll TP back down towards the bottom lane and function as the offlane hero that he was supposed to, instead of ending up top and being in a solo safe lane situation. There's definitely an advantage for DC. How much is it, though? It's a 2,000 net worth advantage, followed by a 2,000 experience advantage as well. So they really need Hook to get some farm here, and he's still pretty far behind. 2,400. He's trying to get up to maybe his travel or something. Meanwhile, charge up top. Yapso's going to get caught, and that waveform will do more than enough damage to obliterate him off the face of the planet.
He got a free bash there, too, so a little bit lucky for Bulba, but that's probably dead anyways.
Now they're overrunning the jungle. They're probably thinking about taking this tier 1 tower mid. They don't have the best push in the world, but they're going to be able to take it down. It's already took a lot of chip damage. They're going to Iron Talon the Observer Ward that was there with the sentry placed down. Arcane Boots up, and Glyph will go, but I don't believe there's any way Mama's Boys can fight or contest this in Digital Chaos. It's very strong right now.
I think 1437's done a nice job on the Alchemist, though. I think that's safe to say. He's hit 6 before 10 minutes, so he's got good levels. He's been a part of 3 kills, and he's got 1 point in Grievous Greed now, which means if he ever finds a bounty rune, he gets extra gold. That's all pretty nice, and he can actually just transition into a farming position now. That's easily something he can do. With the Grievous Greed, he can accelerate. If anybody getting farm, it might as well be Alchemist due to Grievous Greed. I don't know if he goes full into Grievous Greed right now, but depending on how the game goes, I think it's definitely a possibility.
Well, he definitely wants a utility item, and even just the 1 point in Grievous Greed will help him get to that. It's going to be the medallion more than likely. I guess he could probably go Vlad's 2 if he wanted to, but we'll wait and see. I mean,
I think medallion is very, very likely, since the his stun does do damage based on physical, so reducing it further with acid spray is a good option. And the best way to make a Wraith King a worthless hero is to have lots of minus armor. If you have that solution, then he just dies really fast 2 times, and it really lessens the value of his ultimate.
Yeah, he's already sitting on 4 armor right now, so it's not much. He's got his level 8. He's yet to skill up his reincarnation. Is he holding a point? 3, 4, 5, 0 points in sets. He's holding 3 points actually. So it's
a little interesting. I personally favor the early Mortal Strike max. I really don't like the max Vampiric Aura strat, like the stun Vamp Aura. I really don't like that one. I think like 4-1-4 or like 2-1-4 is really good.
They're going to catch out Mason, but he's going to go ahead and Strength Morph. The Shockwave will come through and do some damage, but not nearly enough. The Aether Lens has been picked up as predicted. For the Lina down bottom, a fight breaking out. Dream Coil goes through, they'll break it. Bulba might get caught. There's the Silent Soul Assumption. Last right click for grab the kill for Bambo. They're going to chase further for 1437. Hook will jump in. He's got the Searing Chains, and this is going to be a TP out, but no way. Soul Assumption will clean him up. He will not make it alive. That's 2 dead for Digital Chaos.
I think Alchemist could have bought out as well, so he actually did lose a lot of gold there. Very small mistake with that, but they get a tier 1 out of it. In some ways, you could argue that's worth it, especially if AOI drops wards here. He's thinking about it, but
yeah, he's not.
There's like no way that you'd kill the whole thing. You'd do some damage, but you'd trade that for ward kills.
Yeah, the ward kills would help Bambo get to his Blink Dagger, which at this point, Mama's Boys, they're looking for that first big item for both him and Pycat, and that's going to be probably a Blink Dagger for Pycat as well. I mean, they have to have some way of initiating, of catching heroes out of position. Really, what it comes down to, I think, is Hook getting room to farm. Because it's going to be Midas actually for the Wraith King. But anyways, you give Hook enough room to farm, and all of a sudden, this game gets a little bit closer. But still, Lina is big. They've got a lot of damage, and we haven't even really talked about Mason yet, who's second in net worth now, heading towards that Lincoln Sphere.
Yeah, I think their aggressive movements have been really good here. They've got all their heroes on the top lane. They can drop wards for this if they want. They're doing a good job protecting everybody. I also like the Midas on the Wraith King. I don't think it's a bad item to have. The most important thing that it does is gets you to 16 faster. When your ultimate, it becomes really, really good. For 16, your ultimate is good, not amazing. So picking up the fast 16 will help. But I think he has to go armlet this game. Due to the minus armor in the game, you have to have a build that gives you some hybrid armor, or your build is going to be worthless. So maybe armlet, blade mail, blink, something like that into a radiance or a different item later. Something like that would be best, I think.
Yeah, they'll lose that Zero Tower top lane, so they'll lose a little bit of room to farm for that armlet on the Wraith King.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And at first I was like, where did Slacks find that awful thumbnail? And then I realized it was their team thumbnail.
Their team, yeah, that's bad. Having storylines engages the audience. Mason's taking a lot of damage. He's gonna go ahead and straight morph though. He knows the limits to his hero.
Old wave
like.
TP incoming.
He's just gonna wave. He doesn't have mana to TP. That's funny. If they'd known that, they might have dove for it, but yeah.
He did a little bit of morphing after he waved, which I found peculiar. I thought he was just gonna TP instantly, but yeah, he'll TP now in a second.
Bottom lane, 1437 will pop the Chemical Rage. He's picked up his treads, making him a bit tanky, and of course that medallion will come out next, more than likely, as we talked about. Lena, what is she sitting on? Aether Lens and 2,000 gold. You get bots. I actually have no idea what you buy on this hero now. I mean, you get Yules, obviously. I know what to buy, I'm just saying I don't know what she buys in this situation. Let me make that clear.
Yeah,
right.
Lena's one of the heroes that actually the magic resistance nerf to Aether Lens is actually not bad on. I don't think she cares that much, because usually when you go this build, the Aether Lens build on Lena, the idea is that you sit really far back from fights, so you don't actually have to put yourself in danger as much. Yeah. So, and you don't build that many HP items as a result of this, so you just say, you know what, I don't care. I'm not going to get hit, so I'll be fine anyways. That
was awkward. AY and Hook walked right next to each other, and finally he got hexed before popping the Flame Guard off. That was kind of strange, but... All right, I mean, so there's obviously an advantage for digital cast right now, 3,000. But what do you give the chances of Mama's Boys? They've got a lot of their outer towers still left in the game. They can catch up with Hook. But what do you think about their lineup, and how do you think they're going to catch back up into this game, Purge?
Just ganks and general team fights is pretty good. Again, DC is more of a ganking and push lineup, but I think Mama's Boys can take the fight wins. If they just get really farmed on Ember Spirit and on the Wraith King and they initiate first, and they can take wins.
Oh god, that weave doing some work. Look at the Shadow Wave! Holy crap, they destroy him! And no replicate up from Mason. Another depth to his name, and now down bottom on Simple Concoction. Pycott, he's got his reincarnation ready at the go, but he's not losing that much HP. He finally will go down and slow 1437 in the process. That reincarnation going off was maybe the worst thing that could have happened. Series Chains will fly. And Hook will get a double kill. Maybe he could have lived had he had reincarnation not gone, but I don't know. I guess getting that ultimate down is pretty important too. So.
Yeah, it's not terrible. Pycat just at level 11, so he's got like, what, 4 minutes or something like that? More than 4 minutes that he won't have his ulti up again. So next time he dies, he's dead, and they can get gold from that. So it's not the worst thing to trade for. Only downside is that Alchemist's net worth is going to be a little bit inflated due to Greevil's greed, just slightly. So because of that, he's going to give a little bit more gold to his opponents than a typical support would.
Yeah, and Hook, because of that, will get up to his Boots of Travel, plus 500 gold. Bambo is sitting on his flank. He's had that for a bit. Pycat will take the last hit on the tower down bottom. He's going to try for it anyway. There it is. Now he's up to 2,500. He either picks up the blink or heads towards that armor like you talked about. I'd be shocked to see anything else. I want to go AC later on down the road, but I don't think he gets it yet.
Yeah, definitely not. He either goes Blink or Armlet right now. Probably Blink. It's hard to say. I think with Blink, money. If he gets Armlet, I think he's just going to get kited and killed no matter what. I think Blink would at least allow him to blink away from a charge or initiate with a stun. So I think he gets Blink here.
TP top lane. The birds will go out and try to stun him. We'll get stunned.
The Blink.
He's just got... Oh, he went Maelstrom. All right, well.
Absolutely wrong build. I'm calling it now. I think this is the wrong way to play Wraith King. I've done this build before and then been really ahead and then realized that I just get like 4-shot or something. I mean, it still is going to come down to the minus armor that Thieven puts out, but if there's a medallion and an acid spray, he's going to melt in mid-game team fights. I think he's really going to feel the rapidity, how fast he dies in the mid-game fights.
Yeah. That's fair. There was a Maelstrom Mjolnir Wraith King earlier today. I can't remember who played it. It worked out pretty well. But
wow. Really lucky position for Visage. He broke the smoke here. That would have been a kill on Pycat for sure. Really unlucky. Well, you know, I'm gonna blame DC for not walking through the lane. You don't run up that cliff. It's too dangerous because anybody farming at either this medium camp or this medium camp are gonna spot you.
Yeah, and so they will spot them out. Smoke Ink will accomplish nothing. You won't even get any wards up for it, but instead they'll just push top lane with Thieven, leading the way.
That's actually a really interesting point. I didn't know that, Slacks. Thanks.
God.
Good to know.
Yeah, great stuff. Thanks, Slacks.
You know, one good thing about Maelstrom, though, is that he will be farming a lot faster than normal, so he'll have that going for him.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, actually.
But there's -7 armor from Acid Spray, and -7 armor from Medallion.
But they have
he's
another
at
medallion
neg-
now on their team.
Okay, that'll help a little bit, but
Yeah.
if the other Medallion isn't there, that's -14 armor? -13 armor? That's like amp damage from Slardar. It's going to be so much.
We'll see how it turns out. I mean, I'm a bit afraid of this build. I agree with you, but is it really going to be all on Pycat? Hook obviously is a big issue. He's going to try to get to his Battle Fury eventually. He's already picked up the Void Stone after getting the Boots of Travel. He's going to try to catch up to the rest of these heroes, but still leading the way. It's Pycat barely, then of course right behind him is Luna as well as Morphling. Luna now with the Eul Scepter, the Morphling still working on getting that Linkage. He's very close, he'll have enough money for the Ultimate Orb, and then it's just the recipe that he needs next.
No, I wonder if Pycat is thinking that they're just in it for the late game, so he wants to go a farming build. That's one thing that this build is really good at. The Maelstrom lets you clear the jungle fast, and they have the Ember, who's definitely great in the late game. I don't know if it's the right call, but that seems to be what they're banking on.
Yeah, eventually the Mjolnir's a really good item, but he is still very weak to minus armor at this stage.
Yeah.
He's going to get away with it, though. If that smoke gank would have worked, he would have died there. They still have 24 seconds.
They're going to find him here momentarily. He might get jumped on. Oh, they thought about it. UR was looking for Euls. He couldn't quite get there. AY doesn't have a blink dagger either. Bulba could have charged in. Pycat seems to know that something's up. He's going to back up. He's got 10 more seconds before his reincarnation. And they're all atop, and guess what? Yapzor's and Roche. There's no Radiant Ward around here, and this should be not a free one, but they should be able to take it. Wait and see if they decide. It's actually just the Birds, Bamboo, and Yapzor in this pit right now. With Medallions, this will make this easier. And coming, they've already weaved their heroes as well, so they've got some extra utility to work with. And this should be their Roche.
Tier 2 tower goes down, so DC gets a bit more advantage there, but I just don't see DC getting here in time. I think this will be an Aegis going to somebody, maybe Ember Spirit.
They're going to see an 1437. He's going to get Searing Chain. There's the Ratio coming in. He just gets destroyed with the Medallion. The right click, and of course the Soul Assumption coming out.
Yeah, that was very ambitious by 1437. It's a little bit unsafe to do that. If they have a ward outside, and they probably will, they're just going to kill you, and then you die, and boom, you've accomplished nothing, and you guarantee that your team is fighting, you know? It's a big loss to throw your life away like that.
And he'll be dead for 15 seconds. That'll get some extra gold going their way. Pycat picks up, not the Aegis, it was picked up by Hook, who's now going to get very close to his Battle Fury here momentarily. He's almost got enough for the Broadsword, and then of course the Claymore after that. They're going to find the Shadow Shaman. Replicate, they'll bring it down. The Remnant's in just to make sure he gets the kill. He probably thought it was the real one, but it wasn't, so how sad.
EOI is getting pretty close to his Blink Dagger. Lena's got 2,700 gold past the Aether Lens and the Euls. Not sure what he's going to buy next, though. Probably needs something to keep him survivable against a Wraith King or an Ember Sphere jumping on top of him. But I'm not quite sure what that item is. It's definitely not an Ags game because you don't really want to buy Ags versus the Wraith King, since he's probably not even going to buy BKB. So we'll see what he gets. I'm not quite sure what he'll pick up ultimately. Maybe a Hex or something might be a good idea. Extra disables won't hurt.
I'm down for that. That sounds pretty
now,
good.
Aether Lens does increase the cast range of your items, right?
Should.
Am I wrong on that?
I think so.
In
Increases
which case,
spell cast range by 200. I'm not sure if that includes items, but it says spell cast range.
If it does do items, then Yule's is a really good pickup afterwards. Because before, Yule's was such a good combo because the range was like 700 or something. Now it's like a measly 575. It's a little bit harder to land on people.
Yep.
It might go for this kill, but it's just going to be so hard. They can even see you are here.
Okay. Oh, Bamboo is going to go ahead and phase shift, jump away. The Nether Strike gets fogged, doesn't. They actually get vision of it somehow. The waveform comes through, and Bobo will grab the kill. Meanwhile, top lane, they're going to try to find Pycat with a good blade. He gets graved up. He's got the reincarnation. You are. Great Fire Blast will fly. This could be a huge kill if they get it, and they will. Soul Assumption, and Pycat gets the killing spree, and he's down for 49 seconds. AUI TP's out immediately. They lose their puck across the map, but Pycat comes up big top with the help of the rest of his supports.
Yeah, that grave was really clutch there. They just wanted to kill him and get out as he was reviving. That way they could burn his ultimate and know that they could take a team fight. But losing their mid like that just for a cooldown is not going to be worth it.
And they didn't even get the cooldown. Reincarnation is still up and ready to go, and he's getting ever so close to that level 16, which means a 60-second cooldown on that ability. And we'll see what item wants to go next. He's got 1,700 and hook inches ever so close to that Battle Fury. He only needs the Quelling Blade and Broadsword, which is very close to. They'll TP mid, get some farm for himself, and Mama's boys are looking to come back in there. They're going to about find AUI 2000 as Pycat blinks in, will find AUI. It hexed up, but AUI should still fall to the Poison Touch here, and Pycat will get the last hit to get the kill with a killing spree going his way.
These items that Pycat wouldn't have completely paid off basically at this stage. They haven't hampered him in a team fight. DC's been scared to take a team fight, so he's just going to accelerate fully into being Wraith King. He's almost 16. He can get just about any item soon. You know, whether that's an armor item, whether that's Asher, he's got options, and DC's got to be scared about this. I mean, in their defense for not taking a fight, they do have a Morphling. Morphling's not a hero that conventionally can be extremely good in the early game, whereas Wraith King is a lot better team fight due to having his ultimate. So it's been hard for DC to take fights, and they've kind of tried a couple times, but the smokes have fallen flat, and they just haven't gotten kills.
Is a Lincoln Sphere up and a replicate from Morphling? I'll probably replicate towards the Ancient Staff. I actually have no idea where the replicate is. Oh, it's towards, he's going to replicate in here, I think. Nope, or not. He's just going to walk back into the jungle and continue the farm. What does Pycat buy? He just bought something. It is a Mjolnir. Full Mjolnir.
Might as well finish the item if he's most of the way here. Makes sense here.
Green Coil, top lane.
9.
AUI in trouble. The birds will finish him off. Easy kill. Nicely done.
That was a nice gank by Bambo, setting up with the birds. By himself, Puck can't really kill very easily, but having the birds on top of that makes it a lot easier. So,
you know what else makes it easier is Dagon that he just picked up.
Yeah, it's a nice item to have on Puck. Sometimes it's just very good to have after the Blink Dagger because your ability to solo kill isn't existent if you don't get Dagon. But I think Bambo is like one of the most Dagon happy players in all the game. Very few players buy Dagon as much as him, but it definitely fits his playstyle, and it allows him to get solo kills that he wouldn't be able to get otherwise.
I can see that. That sounds right. All right,
so
well.
Yor has opted to go for Ags after all. I'm going to stand by and say it's not good against Wraith King, but one thing it is good against is Ember Spirit. If his shield is up and you're doing pure damage instead of magical, you can just kill him very easily in that way. You can maybe do like a couple right clicks and an ult and he just dies. So Ags might be very useful for that. And it's all as well just general HP and survivability that you'll get that'll protect him slightly against Wraith King.
Yeah. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Searing Chains will go. Mason does, he's got to replicate. He will use it and get out of that bottom lane. Tier 1 tower is finally being taken by Mama's boys in that mid lane. This Tier 1 is about to fall. They can try to mount the defense here. They have the Blink Dagger with an Unstable Concoction. They're going to charge it up. They're going to jump forward. They hit it onto 2. The Absor and Sox, the charge will come through as well. Now there's going to be the Dream Coil coming in as well. Can they get out alive? Bambo will be there. Pycat about to lose his life. He'll get the tower kill, but
it's
still
really good for DC.
Yeah, DC are looking to turn this. They get the LSA Pycat, Laguna Blade. Now the strike comes through as well.
A big orb.
Meanwhile, they have Hook coming through. The Battle Fury going to work. He'll grab a double kill. 3 dead on DC's side. And now Mason has to get out. He's got his way for him. He actually dodges the Soul Assumption. Searing Chains will fly through it. He's out of mana. He'll pop a Mango. I believe Stick Charge is coming through. They lose 4. Can they lose all 5 here? Good adaptive strike. Stops them in their track. But they take it. Soul Assumption. Double kill for Yapzor. And how did that turn so poorly for Digital Chaos? Dear Lord, that damage is real with the Battle Fury coming out.
Once they used everything to kill Pycat twice, they had nothing left over, and they maybe were a little too confident in their positioning. Pycat was completely surrounded, so they said, oh, he got ditched, whatever, this is fine. But they stood around there, and they used all of their abilities just to deal with Pycat, and then the Mama's Boy team finally re-engaged. I think they needed to be a little bit safer about killing Pycat the second time, and maybe walk a little southwest before they did go for that final blow.
Well, Mama's Boys now, that is a huge advantage going their way. That is now up to 5,000. Allow me to read this.
Whenever a stat comes out, the stream ends, basically, as we all sit briefly and are like, what the
I have to read it. You told me, like, you said, okay, don't read it on stream, don't focus on it, but he's had so many good ones, except for that real stat that happened earlier. I have to give him credit where it's due. Well, what did you think about that last one, huh? Tell me about that stat that you just saw.
It was tangentially interesting.
That's fair. I can see that. AUI will get caught with a bird. He's been AFK for 6 minutes. Do your job. That Unstable Concoction will follow Hook all the way back towards the lane. He'll get stunned up, barely taking any damage because he has 10 armor currently. He's got his
DC needs to get kills.
They can't find any, though. That's the big problem. They can't chase after him. Everyone's already hightailing it out. Sexy Bambo can blink. It'll lose Europe away. Yapzor can just Grave Chill away if he gets caught, but even then he might die. He's got the Solar Crest now. Roche will be back up, and I don't know how long. Freaking God knows, for God's sakes. And we continue onwards here at 50-10 with Mama Boys leading. 7,500 net worth advantage.
DC definitely wants to fight here, but can they get a good engagement? The last one looked pretty good, but it was obviously due to a Wraith King ult that things turned around for Mama's Boys. Got about 17 seconds left until that ult is up.
Oh, it's level 3 now, but it wasn't level 3 beforehand.
Yeah. So I think Mama's Boys definitely takes this fight here.
They have no way to counter ward up in the high ground here. It's just a bit sad because they don't know that ward's in place, but it has been. Roche, how long until it's up? It's going to tell us momentarily. Meanwhile, top lane, everybody's TPing top. As that happens, Pycat TP's bottom. That's the saddest thing I've ever seen for Digital Chaos.
That's some game sense, man. Pycat clearly just shows, like, you can kind of read where they're going and what they might do. Like, as soon as they didn't continue pushing bottom and disappeared for a while, he's like, I'm kneeling on the map, they're going to gank me, boom. TP's out and goes back to farming.
Eels would take off the flame guard. There's the LC, walks into it, Laguna Blade, and see you later, Hook. That was... he could have played that a bit better. Meanwhile, Bambo just goes across the river. And so they don't have their Ever Spirit now for another 58 seconds. And as it so happens, there's a Roche up and ready to be taken, and Pycat sees this with his newly minted Basher. I'll get some help with Bambo here. Maybe. We'll see. Everyone's kind of rotating down towards this bottom line. You can see the charges in. Saxa got to get blinked on his Stable Concoction. Can he get the Grave off? Absolutely not. That's not great.
A mistake from Pycat, or from Bambo there. He didn't get his silence off. I think his blink got stopped by the Acid Spray or something, but really big kill there. Really shows the value of support Alchemists. You've got a 4-second stun potentially, and that's a massive thing to add to a teamfight composition. So they easily kill the Dazzle there, and they got that kill in the mid lane. They're stabilizing a little bit. They need to keep getting kills like that though to win the game.
And they're gonna get more kills with Ethereal Blade now coming up from Mason. So he has gone 20 strength. He's got 104 plus 85 in terms of agility, which means he has 24 armor plus 3, so he's still winning 27 armor right now. His damage is ridiculous in terms of right click, but really it's the shotgun that you're worried about. Yeah, Jumping in, a 437 actually might be in trouble now. There's the Wraithfire blasting, dropping Mjolnir as well, and he's just going to die instantly as Hook comes through. Slipper wards have been dropped. That was a big misplay from 437. That could cost him a lot. It'll keep this tier 1 tower alive as the Grave goes through, or rather the Glyph goes through. They'll clean up these Serpent wards, and maybe it's Mama Boy's time to take Roshan here.
I think they've got it for free. Another death from 1437, and Pycat's slapping away, man. The Mjolnir with the Skull Basher build and the Midas and the power trades, it's just so much attack speed that Basher is just the natural progression here. Not to mention the fact that Weave is helping out a bit for him having low armor, and that it's going to keep him a bit more survivable. He's actually just been very difficult to deal with, but I just wonder how different the game would have been if that Smoke Ink that got revealed from the Visage turned into a Wraith King kill. If Wraith King was slightly behind where he was before, it could have made a really big difference in the scope of this game. But there was just so many minutes of inaction after they filled that Smoke Ink.
Wow, that bird actually died as it dropped to the ground. Room Coil will go. He'll actually break it. They'll jump in, Sleight of Fist, Chains. He dies very quickly, and they're going to find AY. Jumping in, Bulba has the BKB with another strike on the Bambo. He might be turned up, and they're going to get the Shackles off. He will fall. But what about AY 2000? They get off the shotgun, but not enough damage to take down Hook. He remnants away. They'll lose that second bird, but they've already lost UR. They're going to just remnant back in with no shotgun ready to go for a couple of time. Bulba's going to be able to just walk away. They actually get the Glimmer Keep on Soxy. They're going to keep chasing. Pycat was looking for a Wraithfire Blast. Bulba will charge himself away as the blink is not quite far enough. And instead they'll have to go all the way back, clear out this creep wave if they want to take the tier 2 tower.
Dire's bottom tower.
They're not going to catch him now. Oh, this should be a good one.
Most mocked reason in Dota. I would agree with that.
And that is late game Wraith King versus a support Alchemist, man.
Holy crap. I didn't see it.
I mean, he basically did a Wraithfire Blast and he got a Bash later and he's just dead. It's like 4 hit. There's not that much you can do, you know? Like, you have to turn your ulti on, and even if he had his ulti on, I don't think that was going to save him there. He was going to die. Maybe just a bit later, though.
Axe is done for Visage, by the way, so 3 birds coming out, pretty damn nice. I mean, they've already been doing some really good stuff for them. So I think it comes down to Mason at this point. Like, can he get kills with his shotgun? Can he do enough right click? He's not at that point where he's big enough yet to just be able to 1v5. I don't think that's ever going to be the case, actually. But
it's hard to find those opportunities, too. Like, he can't kill Wraith King in one shot. He can kill Dazzle, but Dazzle's probably going to Grave as it approaches. It's hard to kill Visage with it because he's got the super high magic resistance due to the way the armor layers works. You have to hit him a bunch of times before you do the shotgun. Killing Puck, he can phase shift. and Ember Spirit can use his ultimate, or he can use Sleight of Fist to dodge projectiles. Like it's a very difficult Morphling. See, like look, boom.
Wow.
He didn't even grave. He just used Glimmer Cape there.
Yeah, that's nothing, and he just has to replicate out. That's frightening.
He did create space though. That was a lot of heroes teleporting to the mid lane to defend the Dazzle there. So
that's true.
It does do something.
And I like this play from DC. They know that they don't want to contest a fight down at the bottom tier 2 or even mid at the high ground. So instead they push up towards the top lane. They're going to try to get this creep wave towards the base. While this is all happening though, they're going to find 1437. The Poison Touch actually just misses. Demon's able to blink away in time. Meanwhile, they're going to find out. Looks like the Dazzle. Brave could go through. The Lagoon Blade will bring him down. Now here comes the shotgun. He avoids it. The Ethereal Blade projectile will hit him, but it doesn't do any damage. He's got the Flame Guard up. Bambo in trouble. He'll get just pushed away, and everyone is converging on this area, with the exception of AUI, who is split pushing. The Yules is going to be up. They'll find 1437. The silence will come through. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chain's not needed. It will go finally, and they will get this kill. Acid Spray gets dropped down as well. On the other side, Pycat looking for Mason. He used the Abyssal Blade there, but here we go. The Soul Substitute, he's not tanky enough. He's going to fall. Down for 72 seconds. The right click is there. The Soul Substitute was there. They dropped the Serpent Wards, but guess what? This is going to get cleared up in AUI. Might get solo kill Bambo. No Dagon, but the right click will do the job. The tier 3 tower will take some hits, but other than that, Bambo will be able to get this kill. And actually, the Serpent Wards get cleared up easily by the Creep Blade.
Yeah, it was nice of Bambo that he dragged the Creep Wave with him when he went left, because then it was just tower versus wards, and the wards started getting cleared up faster. If the Creep Wave was there, they might have done a lot more damage.
So
really big solo kill there.
Can they just push high ground now, do you think, or what?
I mean, there's 3 dead heroes. I think they could definitely attempt a little bit.
They're missing out on Soxka, and of course, Bambo is not nearby either. He can maybe sell his treads for his boots to travel. I'm not sure if he'll do that, though. We'll see.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, Power Siege continues. 3 heroes left, but they always have to worry about the Wraith King blinking forward. They did use the smoke. I like that, but
Searing Chains will go.
This could be Lina in trouble, but he's got to
gets caught. They're taking down the range rack. Pycat might just go right towards the melee, or they could just back away. That works too. He's going to get hexed up. Will they follow up on this? Dragon Slave will go. Yeah, Pycat can't be the one they focus on. They do get a great stable concoction onto 2, but still 1437 is going to take a big bash. The Abyssal will come out as well. They get the Yules off to save his life. They can't quite find... Oh, they can with the Searing Chains. Couldn't find the disable with the Familiars. They don't have drop. One of them does. Actually, they both do. They won't hit it, though, and so they won't be able to get the kill.
Well, that wasn't awful for them. That was just the range barracks, but Mama's boys are going to continue to scale here. They need to get these kills, and they need to just force a team fight and go with it. And they need to utilize the acid spray, but they just haven't really ever had a team fight. It's been all poking and killing and not too many straight fights.
Mason will go up top. He bots his in. He's got his replicate up, so he can get himself out pretty easily, and he actually just replicates down immediately towards that bottom lane. And Hook is down here as well. Hook, did he finish off his Daedalus? He did, so that's frightening. Doesn't have the most HP in the world, but he is still very, very heavy in damage, which is very frightening. XD?
What
just happened? I don't know what just happened. Does anybody know?
Nope.
Okay.
I think it had to do with that one.
No, it definitely didn't. Flex just felt like posting it, apparently. AC is next, by the way, for Pycat. Or, I guess, Moonshard, but AC feels like it's more likely.
Yeah, it's just so much safer to go for an AC than it would be to Moonshard. Moonshard's really good when you have Mjolnir and Abyssal Blade, but at this point when you have 8 armor and they have a little bit of minus armor, if he gets an AC, he's just unkillable at that stage. And he's already pretty safe due to the fact that DC is very magic damage based this game, so just general HP is strong.
Ugh. Alright, 1800 gold for the Visage. Pycat sitting at 1400. There's birds pushing down bottom. And the split pushing active scepter. And it looks like DC are going to go for maybe a smoke here. I can't tell. Do they have one of the courier? They do. They're going to deward very quickly. And then after that, they're going to say, okay, let's smoke up. And this actually could be their last gasp. I guess if you have the Morphling staying alive, it's fine. But they're going to send all 3 of their non-cores with the exception, well, I guess Bulba is a core, but they're going to send 2 of their supports and a core towards this bottom area. They might actually find, Yapster's not here. It's just the birds. Okay, never mind.
Gank the birds.
Those birds, man. That's a lot of gold in those birds. Oh, he's just going to kill one of them. Irisol, pretty good.
Most likely going to be a
oh,
BKB.
God. Hook, oh, God. Hooky walks into his shackle, or rather, a Hex in the shackle. Not even needed. He's dead for 80 seconds. That's a huge kill. That keeps this game afloat for Digital Cast for a couple minutes longer.
Yeah, that's a lot of gold, actually. That's a 2k gold swing with that one kill.
Good God.
I'll try to defend this up here, but Essence Break can only do so much.
And Bambo's the only one up here in this top lane. He is level 4 Dagon, almost level 5. Roche is up in still not yet, so I don't know when that'll be, but it'll be soon.
Keep in mind that Ember Spirit kill they got, that was a smoke, so it wasn't an easy kill, and it looks like they're grouping a smoke again here.
They have one.
Gem's gonna be dropped. I think they're anticipating maybe giving it to somebody else. No smoke.
did.
BKB on Yoar though.
Yeah, that's pretty big. He's died a lot to magical damage. There still is a lot of physical in this game, but still, it'll keep him alive for 10 seconds at least. Assuming he doesn't pop it at the tail end of a disable or something. Speaking of BKB, Morphling will do the same. He's actually almost got his. So that's something. Ah, Dagon 5. Craigasm. Burst damage of 800. Hell yeah. A lot of damage. Wow.
Radiant team moving to enemy jungle.
Lauren branches.
Oh, Lord. That's great. There's been some serious grammar and spelling issues from these stats guys. Make a Reddit thread if you don't like it.
You know, the network's actually pretty balanced this game. It doesn't look terrible for DC on the scoreboard, but based on how the game has been going, it doesn't feel very good to me. I feel like Mama's Boys have just been kind of getting more kills. They've had more commanding lead of the game.
You wanted to
Just
say monkey
looks hard
business
for him.
too. I know
See
you
that
wanted to
MB
say.
man, what can I do?
I think of monkey business as well, or monkey
Monib
something. Money Beret, what a player! Shout out to him, Monib.
Almost BKB and Morphling. I think DC is gonna be ready to fight as long as they don't have to worry about Searing Chain. So here's initiation. Bulbous dead instantly.
They just jump in, they Dagon 5 him, they bring him down, they're gonna box him with hook, they're gonna look at the attack speed for Pycat. They have to clip here, but the Spailer Rex should still fall. It's about to go down. This falls almost instantly, chopped down like butter. Even gonna just try to kill the replicant. But they won't be able to bring him down as Pycat just backs away. So, nonetheless, that's a very, very good fight. Good kill.
Good.
Getting the Rex as well.
Real good.
It's a good.
Good. That's a lot of
Bambo
good.
taken. Bambo going.
Is under attack.
He's a couple
Only
Johns
blaming
away.
himself, but
Oh, that's
it's the kind of stuff Bambo does. He's like, go heal. We'll make you heal. I don't know if he needed to do that, but he had an arcane rune. No wonder he did. Oh, this will cost me like half the mana, and my Dagon will be on a 10.5 second cooldown.
Just spam that out. Roche had one more minute, 1.5 minute respawn before we wait to see that big guy again. And Hook will see his book push top. As his next item is going to come out, I have no idea what the Ember Spirit buys here. What do you get in this situation? Damage, do you?
If he really wants to play it safe, he gets a BKB. The team's already very far ahead. If he still has to worry about the Eul's combo or SB charging him or something like that. He's got Blink, so he can get away pretty fast, but the safe play is just get a BKB. He won't die with that. I just don't see DC killing him, unless they do like a Blink Hex from Rasta or a Blink Stun from Alchemist that he reacts late.
Yeah, he could go tankiness and just not have to worry about dodging all these spells, but I don't know what you buy, like Scotty maybe perhaps, and you still might not be able to make it through all of that. Pycat seems impossible to kill though. He's got an AC, he's got 2400 in terms of HP.
I mean, they can definitely kill him. It would take all of their ultimates. It's going to take Lina ult, it's going to take SB ult, and it's going to take an E-Blade. Like, that's everything that DC has. They have a lot of single target kill heroes, but they don't have two sets of single target kill heroes. Their weakness. That's why the Wraith King was such a good pick this game.
He went another Demon Edge. Really? Hook? Dear Lord.
I think he's going MKB. I'm pretty sure Mason's going to go for a Butterfly as his last item here on Morphling.
If they get that far. But there's also a Solar Crest, so it's not a bad idea.
God. Both teams know Roche is respawned. There's a replicate. Oh, but bottom lane, there's a fight happening. You are pops the BKB, but look at the right foot from Pycat. Gets obliterated. Dream Scroll going to work, but here we go. Pycat might be in trouble. He's got the reincarnation. They've TP'd a couple heroes down there. There's the reincarnation going through. Sleight of Fist going to work. Mason's kind of low. He'll jump in, maybe looking for a shot hit. He doesn't have it 4 seconds.
Dead.
And gets destroyed by the Abyssal and Dagon. Bobo will get Eul's up 3 dead. They've got the buyback in Mason. You already used it. The last right clicking, Yapster will get a kill with the Soul Assumption. Gets a double kill. And suddenly, it just escalates within seconds. They'll push in bottom and then go for mid.
That
Holy
Laguna
crap.
blade, though. The Laguna did actually nothing. Oh,
Who did it hit?
it hit the phase shift.
Oh, wow, really?
seriously?
He dodged it?
Damn.
That's sick.
That hurts.
And
That's
Racing
gonna be big,
initiated,
probably.
and he like free-shot the BKB Lina. Like Lina is just not a good hero against Wraith King. It can work, but you just need more disables on your team.
They go for tier 4s here? I don't see why
slow.
not.
I think even killing all the Moonwells is not a bad thing to do.
Well, they're definitely going to do that, but they can't get that tier 3 tower top lane. They're going to head towards that tier 4 tower. They can buy back on Mason, and they might have to. They can also buy back in Bulba, so as soon as 1437 is up, they might try to get one last go at this. I would not be surprised if that's the case. They do have the reincarnation back up. The buybacks will come through. They'll try to back. Hook is going to get shackled up as well. He might be in trouble. On Simple Concoction will go there to charge him. Laguna Blade, they'll bring him down. And now 1437, look at that damage from the familiars, but he will still stay alive as a source of does not do enough. They get 2 gems out of it.
Oh, they're not done.
And they're going to chase Podcat. He's got his reincarnation, but he's about to fall again. And he doesn't have buyback. Podcat, one of the very few. The Grave will come through.
Oh, no detection.
Tape, but they have actually the dust coming out. Stock Skill will get chased down first, but on the other side, Podcat will try to fight this. But with no BKB, he cannot deal with all the magical damage and the stuns coming their way. And they will pick up 4. Saxa will somehow stay alive throughout that. I have no idea how they just let him go there, but...
Can't wait to see the net worth here. And that was 10k. Okay.
Just like that. I mean,
what happens when you're stomping and
you have a 25,000 net worth lead, though, and only 10k is the change. Pretty good, but they will get Roche, Aegis, and Cheese off of this. Sheer, you're down 2 sets of racks. Oh, if they had taken that tier 2 tower earlier for Mama's Boys, they could have taken racks and gotten megas, and then this game is just about over. But they will get Roche. They'll get the Aegis for Morphling. They'll get the Cheese for DC Promises. Exclamation point, indeed. Yeah, that's indeed, truly.
And Morphling drops Power Treads. He's got 2,000 gold towards his next item. A Hex for the Visage. That's pretty good.
He's super farmed. Holy crap. Halfway network. He's just behind Embo, kind of.
The damage is still a bit weak on DC. I think the only reason they won that last little engagement is because they did go 1 by 1, and they killed the puck very early on in the fight, which is the main hero that's doing teamfight disruption for Mama's Voice.
I think that was also really well done by DC. They did a good job kind of baiting it out to make it seem like they have buybacks.
Is going to go Dragon Slave, the Laguna Blade. Oh, he remnants out. How does he live?
Yeah. He had like 1,500 HP, so... And he did not have his Flame Guard on, but he's got 1,600 HP, you know? Like, the 2 nukes are going to put him at, like, 1,200, and his ult only does, what, 950 or 900, 850? Mm-hmm. Reduce it to 850 pure, so it's just not quite enough. If he had a damage item or a Hex, then yeah, that would have been a kill.
Not quite enough, and the Ember Spirit will stay alive and fight another day. He's up to 4,000 gold. He's got plenty for his MKB. He's got plenty for BKB, but he would not have buyback if he bought either of those 2 items. Wait and see if that's the case. And did the Morphling buy anything? It's an Ultimate Orb. He's going to be going Scotty, I think. That has to be Scotty. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Or Manta, one of the 2, unless he dropped that already.
I think Scotty seems more likely. Even just the attack speed slow against the Wraith King is very helpful.
Agreed.
It's just like height potential is amazing. Like, even somebody getting a Rod of Atos could be huge here.
True.
Bambo will do a cheeky play by going ahead and silencing and then backing up.
This is turning into quite the nail biter. It's a huge lead still, 25 or 20k net worth for the monkey. God damn it, Mama's Boys.
Yeah, see, that's hard, man. Trust me.
God.
If they hadn't gotten killed after getting the double racks, then I would have said like the game is almost entirely won by Mama's Boys. But because they got those 4 kills on those 4 big heroes, puts them so much back into the game. Because it just means that Mama's Boys just have to mess up like 2 fights and they could lose the game entirely.
Which is definitely possible.
It's scary.
Something that could happen.
Throne's exposed, man. It doesn't even have Moonwells. If they just don't defend their base, creeps are immediately on the throne. And Moonwells is actually a big deal in games like these.
I feel like also, really importantly, they need to keep that tier 2 tower alive top lane. Otherwise, this is going to be trouble, I think. Oh, 1437 jumps on a Podcat. I don't know if they want to fight. The Celsay's going to go. The Glimmer Cape. They get the dust off. They've got Shotgun. There's the Wraith Fire Blast, but it just breaks the Lincoln Sphere, and that is it. Speaking of Shotgun, they've now got one for the puck as well. They'll all back up. Not a great fight. I don't know if they want to try to fight this now. I mean, what's down? Shotgun, that's it. And I guess Chemical Rage. Shotgun's only down for how much longer? It's actually back. Won't even use Shotgun. He still has it. Just kidding.
Almost everybody on DC does that buyback, of course. Replicate Bait could be really good too if they use like Lina, get gone on or something.
It's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, that's definitely not scientifically accurate, but
it's not. But I'm gonna go with it. Jesus. And if anyone was really concerned about HPV, well, we've got you covered right here. Don't bite your nails.
30%.
I think Slacks might be right if you touch somebody that has HPV with your fingers. So if I smear my fingers over somebody that does have open HPV sores, which is very common in Americans or in all humans actually, then yeah, and then your names.
The Abyssal, can they bring him down to strength morph? Woohoo, that was crazy.
It was a close one. He had the Aegis, though.
Well,
So
I'm really upset that you interrupted me on my very important speech for that.
Sir, you may continue. I do apologize, Kevin.
Oh, fuck that, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm out. Never casting with you again, Mod. This is bullshit.
Oh no, we lost. Damn it. Look what you made me do, Slacks. You bastard. How dare you?
Slacks, you fucked up.
You really did.
It's on you.
This is really on you.
well, look at this. Alki going for a pipe, it looks like. Hooded Defiance picked up by Thievin.
He's got that spell
yeah.
shield now, that 325 magical damage spell shield. Oh god, can he get it off?
It worked.
It saved him.
Used it a
Holy
little late. I think he just having a first damage and he
But
used
the
it
veil,
after.
no, the veil saved him because of the
Oh
magical
yeah, you're right.
resistance.
Magic resistance.
It guaranteed saved him. That's what Puck does. That's what Bamboo does, man. He's like, let's find a hero that's weak, and I'm gonna continue killing you when you're in your base.
He
He
knew,
does
man.
it very efficiently, man.
He knew about the E-Blade, and he's like, screw that, I'm not... Hook has, by the way, 2 Daedalus, so that's something that's happening.
Yeah, I was wrong about that MKB. The double
You
Daedalus is
were,
nasty,
but that's
though.
okay. I wasn't going to point it out.
I was also wrong about the butterflies.
Bulba
so
just
whatever.
jumps in. He's going to pop the Nether Strike. Meanwhile, the Glitter Kick comes out,
no.
and, well, they're going to have to buy back on Yuar, as Hook is now going to work
Pycat?
AY. It's
Okay,
going to be the next...
there's
On
one.
the other side, Pycat going to work. The Reincarnation's done. Bulba will fall next, and now
He's
the Wraith
dead
Fire
now,
Blast, they're going to bring him down as well. Dead for 97. This might be it. Yapster will get Laguna. Yuar is already bought back. Dagon will go on to 1437, just barely surviving. He's going to get Yules up. Yuar is going to get chased down. He'll Yules up the other enemy, and that is it. GG is called, and Mama's Boys will take this 2-0.
Radiant's top tower
See the
is
stat.
under
Kevin has
attack.
sworn off 2 other casters in his career besides Mod. If you can guess which ones by tuning in to Moondark TV, you can win a kiss from Kevin. Is it you, Slack? Are you one of them?
I don't even know, man. But
Probably Shannon. I think you said something to Shannon the other day, and you're like, I'm never casting with you again.
they did a great job killing the Wraith King for his first death. But you know, if he gets to initiate and he gets to kill the Lina without her doing anything, which has happened time and time again, it's just a bad position to be in. And that's the power of Wraith King, man. He's got stuns, and you combine them with Abyssal Blade, and somebody's gonna die. If they're low on armor, they're gonna die.